Have you ever wondered why some individuals, despite facing adversity, simply give up rather than challenging their circumstances? It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? This intriguing behavior is linked to a psychological phenomenon called learned helplessness. When people repeatedly endure uncontrollable circumstances, they may develop a sense of powerlessness, becoming passive in the face of adversity, no matter how severe. The roots of this concept trace back to compelling historical experiments. This is not just a thought experiment, but a well-documented psychological phenomenon known as learned helplessness. The concept of learned helplessness was born out of a series of experiments conducted by psychologists Martin Seligman and Stephen F. Meyer in the late 1960s. Delving deeper into these groundbreaking experiments, Seligman and Meyer worked with dogs in controlled environments. They subjected these dogs to mild electric shocks, which, crucially, the dogs were unable to escape. Over time, something interesting began to emerge. The dogs, initially frantic in their attempts to escape, gradually stopped trying. Even when an escape route was made available to them, they continued to endure the shocks passively. This was the onset of what came to be known as learned helplessness. But what exactly is learned helplessness? It's a state of mind, a learned behavior where an individual, after repeated exposure to uncontrollable and painful events, becomes passive and stops trying to change the situation, even when they have the power to do so. This phenomenon, first observed in dogs, was later replicated in human studies. People subjected to situations where they felt helpless and unable to change the outcome over time began responding in ways similar to the dogs in Seligman and Meyer's experiments. They stopped trying to alter their circumstances, even when they had the means to do so. These experiments were a significant milestone in our understanding of how experiences can shape our behavior and mindset. They highlighted that not only do our experiences influence our actions, but they can also condition us to respond, or rather not respond, in certain ways. Understanding learned helplessness is more than just an academic exercise. It has real-world implications. Imagine a student, consistently scoring low grades, who eventually stops trying to improve because they've internalized the belief that their efforts won't make a difference. Or consider an employee, feeling trapped in an unsatisfying job, convinced that no amount of effort will lead to a better position or a happier work environment. These are examples of learned helplessness in action, where individuals learn to accept their circumstances rather than strive for change. This mindset can lead to a sense of resignation, contributing to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you can't change your situation, you likely won't even try. Recognizing learned helplessness is the first step towards overcoming it. So next time you feel stuck, remember, it's not always about your capability, but rather about what you've learned to believe about it.